What's up, people? In this video we're going to watch this one by Every Damn Day Fitness. Instagram versus fitness transformation pics test holiday ridiculous exercises. I don't know, I guess this is like not a compilation but like a bunch of stuff together. So who's this cutie? Christine Salus. Okay, anyway, maybe next time maybe make a shorter video. Anyway, here we go. If you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers, let me know. Leave me a comment.
Yeah, we're ready.
There is almost no chance that dude's name is not Vince.
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you.
So that's actually really hard. I mean, it's kind of like retarded looking. Like, why would anybody do this? But this actually requires like extreme athleticism to be able to do this on the rings with a fucking 45-pound plate while your like hands are going. I mean, it looks retarded and ridiculous, but like extremely difficult from like an athletic standpoint. That said, I think I don't really know the point of this video if it's to like point out like these ridiculous like exercises. There's definitely a lot of like pictures and videos floating around on the internet of like people who clearly have no idea what they're doing in the gym, doing like retarded shit. But this is somebody who is obviously like extremely athletic and is just fucking trying to make shit harder just because he's bored of doing like normal shit, which I can relate to. I can't do this, I don't think. I'm gonna say I can't do this. But I do like weird shit in the gym all the time just because I know that like once you learn the rules of like the basic bodybuilding shit and like how to like do it with proper form, blah blah blah, you can break the rules as you please to get a different result that you kind of are not able to get by following the rules, if that makes sense. So I think what I'll do is I'll make, because I want to make a workout video at some point because people have been asking me, but I guess for now I'll just leave it at that.
My second channel, Alan Roberts, in my opinion, quickly below at the end. Thank you very much. So, Instagram is the place where fitness goes to fucking die for many, many, many reasons, and I'm going to get into that a little bit today. Not just from the idiots that I showed in the very beginning, from Gymshark Train. There's several things that are always very true about Gymshark Train. Getting your training advice from Gymshark Train is like getting your antibiotics from a dealer on the street corner. Most of the time, it is not going to work, and it is stupid as fuck, and chances are you're going to be left pretty physically fucked up. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I think he was trying to emulate something else he saw on Instagram, and did that whole thing that Instagram does. Let's make it harder. Let's make it better. Like even ESPN showed this shit. Shout out to the older dude in the back, just nailing free throws. Just nailing free throws, waiting to hear that dude pile drive himself from 20 feet in the air straight down to the ground so his spine goes through his fucking ass. I mean, that's just stupid shit. Stupid shit. That's on ESPN.
Yeah, wouldn't be like my first choice of working out, but stuff like that is clearly to get like, it's clearly to create a viral piece of content is what it is. It's not. I mean, maybe there's people out there, like, I guess this is the equivalent of like watching like pro wrestling as a kid and like hitting your friend like across the face with a folding chair because you saw it on TV, right? Like if somebody actually tries that, very dangerous for sure, like super dangerous to stack up 10 weights and try and do handstand push-ups, like not for anybody. Nobody should ever try that, basically. But it's to make like viral content and put it on Instagram to like get, make a name for yourself, I guess. Okay.
And I understand like it's just a trick and all like that, but it's on Instagram. It's dangerous as fuck, and it's on Instagram, just like they did at the very beginning. Even when it's not dangerous as fuck, you got people doing shit just to sell shit. Just like here's Alexia Clark just selling bands.
That is why I like the 3 X's on the jug. Fire up the boombox, I'm about to chug 2 shots of whiskey and a 6-pack of suds. I'll fire up the heaven room, cause this is heaven, dude. I'm drunk again, triple X up his leather shoes. Sour diesel got the fuel, bubble 1 or 2. And Red would say you were low, dog, where was you? I started laughing, kick back like a work mule.
The overcomplication of exercises just so like here's reality. Just squat. Women just squat. There's no need to hook yourself and wrap a band around you 25 times and put it onto a barbell and push it like it's like just squat. Just squat. I mean, she is using up a squat rack and a bench to do something she could do standing with a band wrapped around her legs too. Like I would be so pissed if I was in that gym and wanted to squat and she's in there doing that shit. I mean, I don't care that she's like 99% made of plastic. I still really would just want to squat. Those things are all ridiculous. They're horrible, horrible, horrible examples of what is dangerous and.
So you know what this reminds me of, actually? Like, he's not wrong, let's start there. He's not wrong. But what this reminds me of is how I used to react to a lot of the videos that I started, when I started like watching these videos, like how I used to react to them, right? I basically took a very logical approach. I was like, why are these people doing this? It's stupid. It's inefficient. But then what I realized, actually fairly recently, is that the people that this will appeal to, they're already idiots. I'm sorry, everybody, but like they're already idiots. They're already probably not working out at all anyway. And if they make any purchases based on some like meme workout of some girl doing the like weird shit with the bands, if some girl out there like actually buys those bands, she deserves to have her money taken from her because she's not intelligent enough to like spend it on anything that will actually improve her life anyway, right? So I guess, I don't necessarily, like, do you have a problem when the lion eats the gazelle? Like, no, it's fucking, sorry, gazelle, like, shouldn't have been in the fucking savannah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't have been there at that time. The lion's going to eat you. It's just what happens.
On Instagram everywhere, and what is just useless and on Instagram everywhere. I do not understand what Instagram is doing, but I did want to point out an emerging trend Instagram has going on. And this is not necessarily directed at any of the particular people that I'm about to show or have been showing in this video, but this is just a serious problem. Instagram is now taking down photos of people, like transformation photos. I don't even believe Meg Squats had a picture of her in a bikini taken down, just in a bikini. From the picture I saw, it wasn't even anything crazy. Like just her standing in her bikini got taken down. And this young lady had her transformation photo taken down, listed as self-harm. Like her losing weight to get to a healthy weight was flagged and taken down as self-harm. That is taken down as self-harm, but this...
Put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk. Come on, girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk.
I think I'm taking his shoes off. I mean, this is really good.
Has close to 9...
Wow, that's gross. I'm sorry, that's so gross. That's interesting. So a lot of the time, I used to grow Instagram accounts, and a lot of the time I had a lot of my posts get taken down because I automated a lot of the posting stuff because I had like 100 accounts. I'm not fucking posting them myself, right? I had software that did that. And a lot of the time, every so often, I would get a post that was flagged to be taken down for various reasons. So just because the post is flagged to be taken down doesn't necessarily mean that it will stay down. Because a lot of the time it's like the system that's doing it and it's automated and like somebody complains or enough people complain and it'll get taken down. But he does have a point if that's actually not what's happening and that was actually taken down. And the Tess Holiday, like, oh my God, she's so fat. Holy shit. Did she get fatter? Like, that's insane. She's huge. Wow. I didn't think she was that fat. I thought she was like, like fat, but like, golly. But that's a fair point. Like that's actually self-harm, right? I think the issue, and I'm sure he'll mention this right now, is that like it's not about self-harm anymore. It's about hate speech, right? Like making people feel bad is now hate speech, basically, right? Like, oh, you made me feel bad because I'm fat. Hate speech, right? I think that's where he's going with this.
900,000 views on it. I really don't get it. I just don't understand. A very, very small population, a very, very small percentage of the population is actually fit, is actually even into fitness at all, is actually into being healthy. So we have 70% of the population is overweight or obese. There's a bunch of people that are of a healthy weight but are not healthy because they don't actually take care of themselves. They eat like crap. They just eat at crap at a level of caloric maintenance and stay at what would be called a healthy body weight, even though they feed themselves crap. So they're probably undernourished and they don't have good body composition. They're not looking after their long-term health. There's a very small percentage of the people, a very small percentage of the population that actually gives a fuck about their health right now. And yet those people that give a fuck about their health, in some way now it's like certain social media outlets are trying to silence them. That is extremely fucked up, and it's a very dangerous narrative. When you can show a morbidly obese woman jamming cake into her face and popularize it to the point where it has close to it's on the way to get 1 million views, 1 million people viewing that. That is a dangerous narrative all itself, but then when you're going to silence a very positive thing of a woman going from an unhealthy body weight to a healthy body weight. She is not over thin, she is not too thin, she works out. If they would bother checking out the rest of her profile, she did it for her health. and they take that down as self-harm, but they will show people eating copious amounts of food and doing dangerous ass exercises. That shit gets to stay up.
It's a fair point. I think the thing with any, all of these like social media sites, basically like the big ones, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube, was it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, I guess, Pinterest, their main motivation is keeping people on the platform for as long as possible, right? Like there's not so many websites that people spend a lot of time on these days, if you think about it, right? This is something Gary Vaynerchuk says a lot. He's like, there's really not like most people spend most of their time on like 10 different websites, right? And they're basically all social media websites, right? So they're all very competitive with each other, and their main goal is to try and keep people on their platform for as long as possible, right? Even like just let's talk about YouTube, right? The whole thing with whether or not your videos will be served to a larger population, it has nothing really to do with likes versus dislikes. It's number one, engagement, and number two, how long your videos actually cause them to stay on YouTube. So this is one of the reasons actually why I started making longer content, because if I make a video, my videos before, like I made a lot of videos. I used to try and keep them under 10 minutes, right? It used to be like essentially like 5 to 7 minutes is how I would try to keep them. Then I started making 10-minute videos, right? I noticed that those did a little better. Then I like really stepped it up and I started doing 20, 30, 40, sometimes videos that are even an hour, right? And ever since I started making those longer videos, because you would think that people are not going to like, if you make a fucking 40-minute video, who's going to watch that? That's what you would think, right? But YouTube loves that shit. They love fucking long content. And ever since I started making these like longer videos, the channel's been doing much better, is the point. So with Instagram, if you have some posts that make people angry and make them, X out of the app or whatever, go do something else, that's really kind of going to be their motivation for taking it down, right? Because when they, if people aren't on Instagram, they're not going to be exposed to ads on Instagram. If they're not exposed to ads, then Instagram's not going to make any money, right? Just a simple example. It's the same really with YouTube, honestly. It's the same with all these sites. But that's a fair point, what he said. Very fair. And I guess the other thing that I wanted to say is that, like he said, most people are not into fitness. Most people don't give a shit about their health. And the people who do, they're not really doing it right, most of them. A few are, self-included, I think. But I think in any area of life, right, you're going to have some people, like a very small percentage of the population is actually going to be successful. They're not even successful. They're just a very small percentage of the population is actually going to do it right, whether it's making money or being in shape or like having a good social life or, being good at anything, really, honestly, because people just don't want to do the work is really what it comes down to. Everybody's looking for the fast solution, the easy solution. And that's if they manage to like pull themselves away from their like dopamine button of social media that they're pressing like nonstop.
In my opinion, of course, Instagram needs to do something about this. Watching a morbidly obese person eat copious amounts of food, that's self-harm. That is the equivalent to watching an alcoholic drink a lot of alcohol. That really is. That is the same thing. It really, really, really is. Watching a morbidly obese person eat tons of food, especially low nutritionally valued food, is self-harm. It truly is, especially in the grandeur of it's not taken as a serious thing. In reality, when somebody is 350, 400 pounds, they have a serious physical problem. They are going to be damaging themselves. If they are 5'5" and over 300 pounds, as Tess Holliday is, and many other people that I see on Instagram doing shit like this, that is a dangerous narrative to be showing them eating copious amounts of food just for the sake of eating. She is sitting, in that video, she is sitting with a cake, a whole cake on her lap, eating it from the middle. Like a savage. I don't know why every time I see that video that bothers me that she eats it from the middle. I don't know why. But that is self-harm. It just absolutely is. There's no two ways around that. Watching somebody go to a healthy...
That doesn't bother me, honestly. Like when I see stuff like that, maybe I'm just a bad person overall, but like I'd like to see people fuck up, maybe I'm like outing myself as like a terrible person, but like when I see people happy that they're making the wrong choices, I like my like evil like man inside just like does the like Mr. Burns like tenting his fingers, and like I feel good because I know that now the world has just gotten that much easier for me, right? Like people want that, they like that message appeals to them. I don't think we're in any danger of like gyms closing or anything like that, or like you know, I guess maybe there'll be more fat people as a result because they see that as like an acceptable life path or something. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. There will still be enough, like, again, like I said, that it makes it even better for me because you just increase the percentage of like fat people, for example, which by contrast will make me look much better to the thin, attractive people, right? Because like everybody's fat, so okay, cool, thanks, you know, thanks Tess. I actually kind of, I guess by that logic, I kind of like Tess Holiday. I kind of like what she's doing because she's just like, she's helping me weed out the weak people in society, right? And like honestly, sorry everyone, but like if that appeals to you, you're not going to make it. Tess Holiday, she's not going to make it. I mean, she's making it now, I guess, but like she looks very like he said, like 350 pounds. She's not going to live that long, you know what I mean? She's not long for this world. But that's okay. You know, she's doing well now, enjoying herself, eating her cake, crushing it, right? You know, but like I said, it's good for me.
Weight if they're underweight, and movies like, are we gonna have Eugenia Cooney? Are we gonna, when she shows a skinny picture and then an after picture of her at a healthier weight, is that gonna get taken down as self-harm? Because going from the skinny weight to a healthy weight for her is very healthy. That is actually helping herself. That is actually getting help. That is not self-harm at all. But showing somebody go from being overweight or obese to a healthy weight is self-harm somehow. Instagram, I understand, is a business. I totally get it. And I understand that they are going to pander to certain audiences. But this type of pandering to the point where it can't even be seen that a person is actually being healthy, we're actually trying to silence the healthy example, is a very dangerous narrative in my 2 cents. Of course, my name's Alan Roberts. Hit me up on Instagram.
Damn, this guy's jacked, huh? Wow. All right. Interesting. Eugenia Cooney. She's trending now, I guess, right? Okay. Good point. I mean, to be fair, I don't think Eugenia Cooney's going to get to a healthy weight anytime soon, ever. Sorry, Eugenia. I don't have any faith in you. Like, sorry, but I just don't. I kind of wonder, actually, like, this guy's crushing it, huh? How many subscribers does he have? 176,000. How long until I get this level of success? Like, how long has this guy been around? He's been around for a while, right? How cool would that be to just be like, to make a video and to know that like 100,000 people will watch it and 1,000 people almost will comment?
I don't know if this is going to be a surprise.
Oh my God, can't get away from this girl. How many videos you got, dog? Sort by date added oldest. 3 years ago, that's it? Man. Wow. Crushing it, huh? When's it going to be my time? When is it going to be my time? Yeah, anyway, aside from that, yeah, like honestly, like I don't know, I understand like what he's doing. It's like, you know, it's not fair. Like I think he hates fat people, honestly. I don't blame him, but it doesn't really, this, like I said, this thing doesn't bother me because they're quitting essentially on life, fat people, and like they can demand that the like normal people participate in their delusional like desire to be perceived as healthy somehow. But like really at the end of the day, like in real non-internet based communication / life, like face to face, in other words, this is clearly seen for what it is, which is high level coke and a complete joke. So I'm not really worried. But then again, you know, despite the fact that I spend a lot of time online and make all these videos and stuff, like I know that when I walk outside, this has absolutely no effect on my actual life. So I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. Maybe if I had 200,000 subscribers, I might feel differently. But yeah, anyway, if you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.